Alright, can everybody hear me now? Mic check. Alright, can everybody hear me now? Alright, we good. The trial about to start.
Or not to be huddled. Yeah, have to be.
Judge, the photographs that we are seeking to introduce all come from Mr. Allen's Facebook account. They're all pursuant to the records posted by Mr. Allen. All of them contain Mr. Allen in the photographs with other men who match the description generally of the two men that we can see in the surveillance video at Riva. The last one in particular is a photograph of 4 men together that was taken less than a month before the shooting. None of, obviously, neither Mr. Boatwright nor Mr. Newsom are in any of those photographs. That 4th photograph contains both Mr. Allen and Mr. Williams, along with 2 other individuals. It is part of our theory of defense that Mr. Allen is not only testifying to protect himself, but to protect the other 2 actual culprits, the actual murderers in the case. And so we are seeking to introduce these photographs to show the jury that not only were there other men in Mr. Allen's life who matched this description, but that who he was friendly with, that he hung out with, and that he hung out with Mr. Williams shortly prior, just prior to the homicide.
So this presents another problem. The other problem that it presents, Judge, is now, if they're seeking to introduce photos, which is a portion of a complete set of social media, it's the same issue that Mr. Kimmock was addressing yesterday in terms of the rule of completeness. Also, in the second set of photographs, there are what the state would argue gang symbols that are being thrown up by one or more of the individuals, which then introduces potentially an issue that the state would have to rebut, which goes against, I believe, the 3 photo evidence. And it's more than just saying that these photographs, because for convenience, this...
That state's attorney right there, yo, she don't be playing, yo. She be on her stuff, though, you know what I mean? And that dude, lawyer, I think the lawyer for the defendants, the one who just stayed up, yo, he a pretty good lawyer, too, though, for real. You know what I mean? But this is going to be a battle, though, you know what I mean? They all on video, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, they tracked them for a long time. Like, even after they allegedly committed this murder, they tracked them, you know what I mean, all the way to their house, what they was doing, you know what I mean? So, it's up in the air, though, because in the video, you really cannot say, you can't say it's them, because they got hoodies on and all that, but at the end of the day, it's how they tracked them after the murder. Like, what was going on after the murder, you know what I mean? And them dudes in that truck. So, it's a big thing. It's a big thing going on, you know what I mean? We'll get back to it, you know what I mean? I'm going to say condolences out to X family, though, you feel me? My prayers goes out to all y'all, you know what I mean? Because X was a cool dude. I rocked with him and stuff, you know what I mean? I listen to his music, and I still think, you know what I mean, that they shouldn't have did this. This is all, you know what I mean? And the dude allegedly said that X was fighting with the gun. No, he wasn't. Yo, you step back. I seen you step back and get in a gun shooting stage and fire them bullets. You know what I mean? Like, the gun wasn't even inside the car when you was firing the bullets. So how was he fighting with the gun? The gun wasn't even inside the car. So, I mean, I ain't the state's attorney, I ain't the judge, so I can't even say nothing. I'm just putting my 2 cents in it, but we're going to get back to it. You heard me? Let's do it.
This particular witness can authenticate them. This witness is available, and will be available throughout the duration of the trial.
I've already ruled on the order.
What I was going to say is, because of the fact that this witness is available, the other issue is the authentication regarding where the photos come from, specifically Facebook. That is a separate authentication issue regarding the Facebook account. Same like the state would have to authenticate the Facebook through whether an affidavit or a records custodian. I believe this is an attempt to backdoor that in and to get in only a portion of evidence that might be favorable, I guess, to their defense. If that's their defense and they intend on making that their defense, they should put on a case if they're going to do that. So they're attempting to do that through the state's case, which that's the reason why I'm objecting as to that. And the other evidence I'm putting in anyway. So,
Judge, we would join in the request, Mr. Kimroff, to have this admitted at this time. We feel it's directly relevant. And the witness himself can, of course, talk about authentication and give us everything we need. I mean, anyone from Facebook.
Correct. As to the authentication, this is the best person to do it. It's his Facebook account. He's the one who posted the pictures. He's the one who's actually in the pictures. As to the best evidence, all of the documents rule, I am more than happy to provide the entire report from Facebook. There is an extraordinary amount of prejudicial information about Mr. Allen that there's no possible way I could get that in. It has nothing to do with the homicide. And so if the state wants to do that, we're happy to do that, but there's just, I mean, it's his private Facebook account with all the messages and everything like that. It's just so, you know, these photographs are relevant. They can be authenticated by this witness. We have to be able to do so.
First of all, again, I've already made a ruling that I'm going to allow the introduction of evidence on the state side of the case. Yes, it's over the state's objection. Secondly, with respect to authentication of the photographs, the witness appears in each of the photographs, and similar to my ruling on evidence that the state was putting in, he certainly don't have to know who took them, don't have to know that they come from Facebook, don't have to know anything else. It's just a photograph, and you can either identify them as being fair and accurate representations of what is depicted in the scene, or it's not.
I'm not turning it up no more.
So
No, you
don't have a difficulty with that. With respect to whether or not there are gang signs being flashed, we are not going to have anyone come in and testify about what are or aren't gang signs. And I suppose there are members of gangs who, if they saw signs, would recognize them as signs. Just as a person in the world, the court is aware that kids, adults, people who are not members of any groups or associations oftentimes make funny symbols with their hands. Sometimes they make symbols that are gang symbols, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are members. Unless counsel is intending to introduce them and say, so I see people are making hand gestures, what does that mean? That would be something different, okay? If it's a matter of, is this you, and do you know any of these people? I think that's fine. I would also say, though, that we are bordering the area of relevancy if we're trying to bring out how many people in Mr. Allen's life might be thin and between 6 foot and 6'2". That could be thousands of people. And I'm not going to allow the defense to bring in photos of thousands of people who may be of similar height and build, because I think that stretches the level of relevancy.
Yes, Judge.
But are there any other objections to these?
no, Your Honor.
Okay. Then over objection, if they can be authenticated, I would allow those in.
And Judge, we were just handed some photos by Mr. Padilla, so we just need to take a look at them before we address
Sure.
any potential objections.
Steal the paper card.
how you address it.
I'm giving them back to you here pretty shortly.
I'm funny. That's really good.
I don't know, because, you know what I mean, they trying to bring in some of your cousins that look like the suspects and all that, and, yo, they crazy, yo, like, that lawyer right there, him right there, he ain't playing. He pretty good, too, yo, this lawyer right here is pretty good, though, you know what I mean, but this lawyer right here, he got to do his thing, because I think he the lawyer of the dude who allegedly shot X. Yeah, they ain't playing, yo. This lawyer right here, he ain't no joke. Cause I think he the one is defending the dude with the allegedly shot X. So that's who he defending. So I think, yeah, I mean, he doing this thing, yeah, I mean, but that dude was a key witness. He's like, damn, he was there, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he going to jail anyway. He ain't gonna get no time served. I don't care how scared he was. He was a part of it. He was there with he the one went in the store to make sure X was in there. He was in it too, though, you know what I mean? He probably didn't get out the car to rob him, but he was all in the plan on, because at the end of the day, if he wasn't never, he could have went back in this, and he could have went back to the car and was like, nah, that ain't X. If he didn't want to do it, he could have went back to the car and was like, nah, that wasn't him, yo, that was somebody else. He could have said that, but he didn't. He was like, yeah, that's him in there, yeah, that's him in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he could have did that, but yeah, I mean, I ain't no lawyer, I ain't a state's attorney, so I can't say nothing. You feel me? That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm 10 toes down with mine. You heard me? We're gonna get back to it.
You know, it's not the system itself, because I can turn the system off.
That makes sense.
I can turn it on.
Okay, that's why.
And I can look what? Some of the buttons seem to, I'm looking at it, I want to see it working, because I can't, it's not like the whole screen is closed and I can't do anything. The unit? No. Whatever button that is not working. So,
Yeah, she needs to circle, unless you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I gotta say something. The one who the dude who's in the on the state side who testified against his friends or whatever, you know what I mean? They weren't really his friends, number one, you know what I mean? For number two, you know what I mean? Because he was the softest one out the clique. For number two, you know what I mean? The reason why they got him to do, no, get over there and sit down. The reason why they got him to testify, because he really didn't even do, you know what I mean, like in a robbery, you know what I mean, part, because he stayed in the car, he wasn't the driver, he just sat in the car, and the other two did that whoop, 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 whoop. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's going to be hard for him, you know what I mean, because look at it, like, it's 3 lawyers, you know what I mean, on the defense side. 3 of them going to cross-examine that dude. So they going to go, you know what I mean, ain't like one lawyer getting up there, cross-examining, whoop, 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 whoop. Then when he get off, when he get done, you got another lawyer for cross-examining and all that. Then you got another lawyer. So they like basically want double team on this dude though, but he got to stay strong. And you know what I mean? But I guess, but we're gonna just go high. We're gonna see how it's rock, cause this is gonna be, it's crazy.
Are there 3 pictures?
I'm gonna fast forward to the day when we get started.
I did unplug it. Okay.
So there's 3 photos total, and they're close-ups of Mr. Allen. I recall the circumstances that Mr. Padilla took them under, and when he was deposing Mr. Allen, the questions about them were also regarding the gang affiliation of the specific images of the tattoos. I've asked Mr. Padilla about that. He says that's not the reason that he's going to be entering them. I would object if that is the reason, or if the line of questioning even comes close to that. He indicated that he's going to be asking for a completely different reason, and so I wanted to put that on the record in case it becomes an issue at a later time.
Judge, again, I will not be getting into gang affiliations.
So what is the purpose?
The purpose is, I'm going to put him on the stand, and he's probably going to say he's remorseful, and the bottom line is that he continues to break the rules. I have the image of him when he got arrested, and I have those images. That's one of the main reasons, and there's other reasons. Would you like for me to continue?
Yes.
Okay, there's also the fact that he has a tattoo of a bag of money tattooed on his face, and in this case, he was charged with a homicide where they took a bag of money. So I believe it's relevant to say to a jury, he's remorseful. If he tells me, I've been remorseful since this happened. Really? Because when you go to Broward Jail, you continuously get tattoos and things that could be construed as you're not remorseful and you keep breaking the law. Or the rules. I believe that it's relevant.
Regarding remorse, that's not, his feelings on what he did after the homicide or how he feels about it are actually not relevant. I didn't elicit any testimony regarding that. Also, anything that he's doing breaking the rules of Broward County policy and procedure while he's in custody are considered prior bad acts, which I don't know that the way that he wants to bring it out. I think we would have had to have a prior hearing regarding that to show some relevancy as to the crime at issue. And so I'm not sure. I would object based on that. And the jury can see, he's been here. This is going to be his third day close to them in custody. He's not dressed up any different. They know he's in custody. They know he's pled guilty to murder. So,
Judge, I believe that depends on how he testifies, and I believe that it is relevant, and I should be allowed to get into it.
All right.
Wait, what's up with you?
I just don't follow the argument that a tattoo of a bag of money means a person's not remorseful. I think that's a stretch. Secondly, the idea that he's breaking some infractions with respect to adding additional tattoos while in custody is such a collateral matter that would need testimony of people talking about what the rules and regulations are there and what exceptions there are, and they just puts us on a collateral issue that is not particularly relevant to the case, would lead to mislead the jury and confuse the issues. And so if those are your reasons, your request to enter these are denied. Noted and preserved. If you would like, we can make those a court exhibit to attach for the appellate record.
Can I keep brainstorming? Or maybe address it later?
Certain.
Judge, my final thing, at some point I'm requesting permission to proffer a cross-examination of Mr. Allen about the alleged statements made by Mr. Newsom yesterday. That would include exactly where he was and all of that the court has said that we should not get into. And so at some point today, whether it's before or after, I'm requesting permission to do that.
this is outside the presence of the jury?
Yes.
Okay.
The court has ruled that we can't ask him any questions about it being in custody. And
Well,
circumstances.
he's
that
in
happen.
custody, but we're in custody, so.
Right. I mean, that's part of our obvious theme of our cross-examination is that he is lying, is that he is continuing to lie. I think there's very serious holes in his story about what Mr. Newsom has said, and I'd like to be able to cross-examine him on that. The court has said no, I would like to proffer that.
Okay, you can proffer that, but also
outside.
understand the rules of evidence when we're talking about, again, collateral matters. You are generally stuck with the answer you get, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Would his having been spoken to for whatever reason by a defendant you are not representing?
They trying to say this boy lying so bad. They trying to get everything. You know what I mean? But let's see, the one dude said something to him yesterday when he was going back to the holding cell or he was going into the court, something like that. Yo, that dude ain't lying, yo. Like, he ain't lying about that, yo. I don't think, that's my opinion, I don't think he lying about that. You know what I mean? Why? He up there testifying against allegedly supposed to be, well, used to be his friends that he commit murder with, allegedly. So, why would he just lie about something else? That's just giving y'all more. Y'all already saying he lying about everything, so that would just give y'all more reason to think he lying. Why would he even lie more? That don't even sound right. Unfold your arms, man, and go ahead and do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean, stop keeping on with this bullshit. The boy got in trouble. The man even said it. The officer even said it. Like, so he lying too. Everybody lying. Like, come on, man. Let's just get it going, man.
Can be a collateral matter to you?
No, because Mr. Boatwright is sitting at the table with Mr. Newsom. This jury has been led to believe that it happened in the courtroom, and which would also tend to suggest there were other witnesses to it.
Which would be collateral evidence, which the court would not allow you to come in and bring extrinsic evidence of collateral matters to the trial.
I mean, I don't believe that there's any rule that would prohibit us from cross-examining him on something that he has lied about on the stand. And it is our position and belief that he was lying on the stand in the case in which Mr. Boatwright is a defendant.
Your position has to be based on something other than you think he's a liar. His testimony is consistent with that of the deputy who, when they were not together, gave an identical account of what occurred. You would certainly be free to ask him whether or not Mr. Boatwright was present at the time. It's clear that he was not. So, you know, that's something that if you wish to ask him about, it's fine. But your internal belief that he's not being truthful with nothing else is not grounds for impeachment.
I'm confused because he's asking for impeachment, but this is outside the presence of the jury. So what is the purpose of trying to impeach him? And he asked him, he cross-examined him yesterday.
The questions that he would ask if allowed to, if he wants to do. You can proffer the questions right now, even without him being here.
And also, Judge, he did that yesterday. So we're just going to readdress it again, even though the law of the case is that Your Honor has already ruled. He's not even bringing up a reason why he's challenging or has any redress with the court as to why he's allowed to bring it up again. Your Honor has ruled. I mean, he has remedies. He could file something with the 4th DCA. He could do that. I mean, I don't understand what we're doing here.
He only has remedies on appeal, not interlocutory for something like this. However, once again, you can impeach people with prior statements, prior acts, prior things that you have some independent way of verifying. You're saying, I think he's lying, is not, that's not a basis of impeachment. That's just your belief. You don't have a previous statement where he did not say that. You do not have a witness who was present at the time who would say that's not what happened. You just don't believe him. That's not a basis of impeachment.
Judge, I'm asking for a ruling on whether I can proffer that testimony.
You can proffer your question.
Can I proffer the testimony, please, of Mr. Allen?
His testimony is there. You can proffer your questions.
So is the court denying my request?
Let's hear the questions.
the questions are, isn't it true, Mr. Allen, that this alleged incident did not occur in this courtroom, correct? Isn't it true that it occurred in a hallway in the jail, correct? And isn't it true that the person that said this was completely surrounded by curtains to the extent that you could not see the person inside, correct? Isn't it correct that the only way that you believe that it was Mr. Newsom is because you recognized his shoes, correct? And is it your testimony that you saw Mr. Newsom's shoes for all of 2 seconds when he walked into this courtroom yesterday?
What?
You remembered not only his shoes, but whoever else's shoes are in this courtroom, and that's how you were able to identify that it was Mr. Newsom who allegedly said this to you. Is that correct?
Several of those questions are already in the record because you asked them at the time. And the first set of exactly where it happened, I've already ruled, is not going to come in front of the jury because it would prejudice one of the other defendants and really has no relevancy towards your client or your case. So your objections noted, preserved. The questions you were going to ask are proper. Thank you.
Hi.
Don't play your game. I'll be out there.
One more.
Okay, well, I just, so we're clear? Anything
Yes,
else?
sir.
All right, thank you.
So of the three, there's just one picture here, and this picture has the name Mercedes, and part of what I'm going to be getting, right,
What?
part of what I'm going to be getting into is infidelity, how
What?
infidelity prompted him to use other phones and
Right,
and
yeah.
do things to avoid the fact that he was being unfaithful. I believe that
Hey,
one of the
yo,
people that he
I
was
said
being
go. I ain't
unfaithful
gonna tell you
with
no
was
more.
Mercedes, and the fact that he tattooed her
What?
name on her forehead, on his forehead, is
What?
such a rare act that I think is indicative of how
Right.
he feels about her and how scared he would be and the steps that he would take to hide other relationships. And for that, I would ask just this one thing.
That will be denied.
I don't, what?
They're trying their hardest to do anything they can, like real talk. They just trying their hard. That's a good judge. He is not letting them sneak nothing in. He's denying everything. Real quick, that denied.
Oh, we went to the restroom?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he?
okay. Yeah, I didn't
We're in
hear.
session. We should not be leaving the courtroom.
Is someone coming down to work on it, maybe?
No, they're in probate.
How long is that going to be? The roving thing?
I don't
All
know.
of them need to be there for
I don't know.
that?
Judge Tudor's chambers, I can get you the number for him. You can call him up and ask him.
Sure. I'm just kidding.
So until that time, if we need to have a sidebar, the sidebar is going to be jurors going in back
Okay.
until I can get this fixed.
Noted.
We had this issue happen once before in my courtroom, and they were able to, there's some
There's a
box
recess on the
out in the
room.
hallway that they went and toggled something on, so once I can get one of the tech people here.
I'm going to like YouTube some white noise and
Don't mess with it.
What I want you to do is stand there and go,
I got it.
and then we could do that, but no, maybe not.
Yeah, stop.
All right, parties are present. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's bring it up. And you're marking those as composites?
Yes, I have already done so.
All right, and,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Deidre is, in.
They're home. Okay, then we're fine. Then it's all right.
Others in the restroom.
I'm like, should I? No. Give me a hand signal. No. Yours that way?
Thank you.
Parties may be seated. The court will come to order. The parties are present. The jurors are present. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back. I trust all of you were able to insulate yourselves. Yes. Very good. All right. Thank you. When last we met, we were in the middle of the cross-examination of the witness by Mr. Boatwright's attorney. So first of all, you are the same Robert Allen that was here yesterday?
Yes.
I remind you, sir, you are still under oath. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. We left off yesterday where you had told the jury that you had changed your story between 2018 and 2022, correct?
Yes.
And you indicated that the story that you gave in 2018 was to protect yourself, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about others. You have other friends out in the community that were not any of the gentlemen sitting at this table, correct?
Yes.
All right. You have your best friend is named Robert Morgan, correct?
Yes.
All right. And he's someone that you still talk to on a regular basis in the jail now, correct?
Yes.
You have another friend named May, correct?
Who?
Someone that you indicated named May.
You sure I said May?
Pretty sure, yes.
I don't know, May.
Okay. You have other. You do have other friends in the community, though, correct?
Yes.
Permission to approach the witness, Judge?
You may. And also, Mr. Allen, it appears that that microphone may not be working right now, so I'm going to ask you to project as well as you can. Thank you. Counsel, proceed.
You had a Facebook account, correct?
Yes.
Your name on that Facebook account was Robberly Rob, correct?
Yes.
And you at times posted pictures of that Facebook account, correct?
Yes.
I'm showing you what we've marked as Defense Exhibit A for identification purposes. I'm going to ask you to take a look at these photographs. There's 4 photographs. And once you've taken a look at them, you can let me know. Can I help him, Judge? Can I help him turn the pages?
Or you can lay them all out.
Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes.
These are photographs that you posted to Facebook, correct?
Yes.
All right. You are in all of these photographs, correct?
Yes.
And these photographs all fairly and accurately reflect what was going on at the time that the photographs were taken, correct?
Yes.
The defense would at this time seek to move Defense Exhibit A into evidence and publish to the jury.
No objection.
No objection, Judge, and we would move to adopt these photos on behalf of Mr. Newsom as well.
Well, they're, all right.
Just for the record, I know.
But they're going to be identified as defendant Boatwright 1, so
That's fine.
they're in evidence, and if you wish, you can ask the jurors to consider them on their cases.
Understood. Thank you.
No objection.
All right, without objection, what was previously marked Defense Exhibit A for identification will be received into evidence as Defendant Boatwright Exhibit 1, a composite of 4, and you may publish that will.
Thank you, Judge. So I'm showing you now what is one of four from defense. One, you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
Who are you in the photograph?
I have on a red sweater.
All right, you're on the far right.
Yes.
Am I correct that this photograph was posted on February 11th of 2018?
Yes.
And when it was posted with the title Family, correct?
Yes.
Who is this individual next to you?
Andrea.
I'm sorry?
Andrea.
Andrea? Andrea what?
I don't know what that means.
Who is this individual here in the pink shirt in the middle?
Mall.
Maul. Can you tell us Maul's full name, please?
I don't know his woman.
Can you tell who this individual is here next to Maul?
James.
Can you tell us James's full name, please?
I don't know his woman.
Can you tell us who this individual is here in the black on the left hand side?
Hold on.
Can you tell us Polo's full name, please?
I don't know his name.
Showing you 2 of 4. You recognize this photograph. Which individual are you?
One in the all black.
Oh, cut off your head. I'm sorry. Speak up. And this was uploaded on February 25th, 2018, correct?
Yes.
The individual next to you, who is that?
Robert.
That's Robert Morgan.
Yes.
This is the individual who you have continued to have contact with. You call him regularly, even now, correct?
Yes.
Showing you 3 of 4. That's you on the left, correct?
Yes.
And this photograph was uploaded on April 21st of 2018, correct?
Yes.
Who is the individual next to you?
Nate.
What's Nate's last name?
I don't know.
And showing you 4 of 4. That's you on the right-hand side, correct?
Yes.
Wait till you come back.
Who is this on the far left-hand side?
Diedrich Williams.
Same Diedrich Williams who's at trial here today, correct?
Yes.
The man in the middle with the ripped jeans here, what is his name?
James.
That's the same James from earlier, correct?
Yes.
And the man who is next to James,
I don't know.
you don't know him at all.
No.
Am I correct that both of these individuals are taller than Diedrich?
Yes.
And both of these individuals are taller than you?
I don't know,
Yes.
you already told me.
This photograph was uploaded on May 19th of 2018. Is that correct?
Yes.
Less than a month before the shooting, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Dad, how's it going, Granny?
Who did you live with back in June of 2018?
My mom,
Who else?
my stepdad,
Who else?
Trayvon,
Okay. Who else?
sometimes Michael Boatwright.
Anybody else?
Yeah. A lot of people come to stay tonight.
When you woke up on the morning of June 18th, 2018, who was at your house?
I don't remember.
Was your mom at your house?
I don't know if she was there when I woke up.
Was she there overnight?
Yes.
Was your stepdad there when you woke up in the morning?
I don't think so.
Was your stepdad there overnight?
Yes.
When you woke up, was Mr. Boatwright at your house?
I think so.
You have been asked this question many, many times, is that correct?
Yes.
In 2018, you gave that statement first to Detective Curcio in October of 2018, and you were asked the question of whether Michael was there. You gave a different answer than you are giving now, correct?
Yes.
When you woke up, was Trayvon at your house?
I love you, going, Kenny.
Yes.
In 2018, when you gave this statement to Detective Curcio, and you were asked that question, did you tell Detective Curcio something else?
Judge, I'm going to object. This is improper impeachment. There are at least 5 or 4 statements, 3 of which are from 2018. And I believe he has to
October of 2018.
page line, please.
We're not there yet.
Well, I'm objecting to
Maybe we go
improper.
sidebar.
Overruled.
Did you tell, in October of 2018, did you tell Detective Curcio something else?
Yes.
Go. This game me go. I don't know this game. Go.
Were you
No,
lying
get
in
in it.
2018, or are you lying to this jury now about whether Michael and Trayvon were at your house on June 18, 2018, when you woke up?
You said, was I lying in 2018?
Were you lying in 2018, or are you lying to this jury now?
I was lying in 2018.
Isn't it true you can't get your story straight about whether Michael and Trayvon were there at your house when you woke up because they weren't at your house when you woke up?
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
Is there a reason why you would lie about something like that in 2018?
Yes.
What's the reason?
Because I was trying to minimize my involvement.
I understand that, and you have testified to that. How does saying that Michael and Trayvon weren't at your house when you woke up in 2018 minimize your involvement?
Because I believe I told Detective Curcio that they was already at Deidre Williams' house.
And that minimizes your involvement somehow.
Yes, because that would be me saying that I didn't know anything about these guns or anything like that.
Let's talk about this rental car. You testified on Wednesday that Deidre specifically rented the car to rob people. You remember that?
Yes.
You're sure of that as you sit here right now?
Yes.
There's no question in your mind about that.
Yes.
Isn't it true that At the time Diedrich rented the car, you had no idea why Diedrich was renting the car.
You say, is it true that I didn't know?
Correct.
No, I was fully aware.
In your October of 2018 statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You lied in 2018.
Yes.
Judge, I'm going to object. It's improper impeachment. May we go sidebars to this? It's, the way he's doing is improper
Hold on.
impeachment.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my sidebar thingy is not working, which is why the microphone system seems to not be working. I've asked someone from court system tech to come down and take a look at it, but until they do, and I don't have someone to stand by and go the whole time, so I'm going to need you to step in the back when we have sidebars. Apologize about that. Thank you for your understanding.
Yeah, like, give me all right. Let me put my, I got to put my 2 cents in. You keep on saying he lied back in 2018. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna try to lie, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? Y'all just got him. Go to you can say, you know what I mean? He gonna lie about some shit, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't got no lawyer. He ain't got nothing right now. So, of course, he ain't gonna tell the truth, you know what I mean? Like, the shit just happened. It happened in 2018. You keep on saying. A lot of people ain't gonna say everything in 2018, but time the shit goes on, the process go, you know what I mean? Everybody know what everybody did and all that, and he's saying it. Like, I keep on saying the dude lied about 2018. That was 4 years ago. If he lied, he lied, yo. Like, come on now, man. Allegedly, me personally, like I just said, 10 toes down, I don't think the dude lying on the stand right now. They trying to flip it around and make it seem like you're lying and shit like that, and like that shit don't even sound right. You feel me? I don't think he would just go break and say these dudes right here. He ain't got no problem with them dudes. They taking pictures together. They have, you know what I mean, doing their thing. So why would he just wake up and say, oh, this dude, if they wasn't with him, yo? He ain't lying, yo. I see if he said I wasn't with him, and he going through any. I see if he had a reason to lie. You know what I mean? He ain't got no reason to lie, yo. Like, right now. And on this stand, he do not got no reason to lie, yo. You know what I mean? And he know if he lie, his shit out the door. You know what I mean? His plea deal, whatever, was out the door. So why would he come and lie? And why would he say them right there? Why would he say that dude? You know what I mean? Why? Be for real. What they do to him? Hurt his mother or something? Did something to his family? Did something to his little sister? Why would they just say him if everybody was friends with him? Like a month ago, taking pictures and all that shit. You know what I mean? Come on, yo. Now you gotta get your story right. They shouldn't have did it. That tall white shouldn't have shot him. You know what I mean? You did it out of scaredness at the end of the day. I don't care, yo, was tussling with the gun, your hand on the trigger. You could just pull the gun out the car. What I seen on the video, the gun wasn't even in the car when you shot it, point blank. It was out the car. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, the gun was not in the car when you shot him, flat out. So it was on, he was fighting with the gun and all that shit. No, he wasn't, yo, like, and that's what it is. He was, the one in the white was the driver, the one in the middle was with that tall dude. The one in the middle ran over there trying to get the money. Trying to get his bag. Allegedly. It's all alleged. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? Flat out. We're going to get back to it, though. You know what it is. Let me fast forward to the, I want to see what they got to say, though, for real. I want to see what they got to say. You can't hear the court got it.
For 2018, I asked him, have you said something different in 2018? That is the next step. And up to this point, every time he said yes.
And he's admitted it. So if you're going to
All right.
impeach someone, he's admitted it.
But if he said
All
no,
right. Instead of you two arguing with each other, the court will make its ruling. I have some understanding of 608 and impeachment rules.
Ain't no vacate.
You can ask a question. Did you make a
Come in,
statement
over.
at such and such time that was different? You don't have to ask the exact question. You can just ask the question, did you make a different statement at such and such time? The witness says no. Now we're going to say page, line, date, where, all that kind of stuff, and give them an opportunity to be refreshed if necessary, and then ask it again. When the witness says, yeah, I did give a different, the inquiry is done. And that's the procedure. And that's the way it's set out in the law. And that's the way we've been doing it for a long time. So up to this point, Mr. Kimmock's questions have been appropriate. He's asking, did you make a different statement? And the witness himself has said, yeah, I lied at that time. So he's admitted to these inconsistencies. So if you were now to say, all right, let me pull them out and show them, no, that would be improper because he's made the admission. But the procedure at this point is correct. The objection's overruled. Thank you, Judge. Anything further?
No.
Thank you. Bring them on.
That's right.
So get back there and stop.
Judge entering.
Get over there.
Parties may be seated. Court will come to order. Parties present. Welcome back. Counsel may proceed.
thank you, Judge. You told this jury that you know that Diedrich rented the car to rob
And they
someone,
come back.
correct?
Oh, I'm coming
Yeah.
to get you.
You weren't assuming, correct?
Yes.
You weren't guessing, correct?
Yes.
You know, correct?
Yes.
In July of 2022, so 8 months ago, when you gave a statement to this prosecutor, did you say something different?
I don't remember.
Excuse me?
I don't remember.
If I showed you a copy of your deposition, or excuse me, of that statement, a transcript of that statement, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
2022 statement, bottom of page 8, top of page 9. I'm sorry, I should have asked permission. May I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
I ask you to start at line 19 and then go through line 5 of the next page.
It's a long what?
Line 5. 6, yeah. You can read as much as you want. You got it? That refresh your recollection as to whether you said something different about that in July of 2022?
Yes.
And did you, in fact, say something different in July of 2022?
Yes.
Something different than what you have told this jury about whether you knew that Dedrick rented that car to rob someone, correct?
I said I assume yes.
You said, I guess, and I assume,
Yes.
correct? Were you telling the truth to this jury?
Jay? You say I'm
Judge, I'm gonna
not
ask him to speak up, I'm sorry, Judge.
When you testified about that, when the prosecutor was asking you questions, when you said you knew that that's why Dedrick rented the car, were you telling the truth to this jury?
Yes.
You told this jury that the whole plan that day was to ride around and rob people, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018 to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
I believe so.
Do you want to see the statement to refresh your recollection on that?
Yes.
Referring to the October 23rd, 2018 statement, page 61. If you could start at line 13, and you can read to the bottom.
Line 13.
Start at line 13 and read to the bottom. Did Detective Curcio ask you if you knew what they were getting into that day?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Does this refresh your recollection about what you said back then?
Yes.
And with regards to whether there was some sort of plan to rob someone, did you say something different in October of 2018 than what you were telling this jury during this testimony?
Yes.
Actually, let me keep this for a second. And am I correct that during this conversation back in October of 2018, did you feel like you were being pressured by the police to say something that you didn't know?
No.
Back in 2018, did you say something different?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Sure. Back in October of 2018, did you tell the police that you felt like they were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
I don't remember.
If I showed you a copy of your statement, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Bottom of page 61, line 23. Back in October, does that refresh your recollection as to whether back in October of 2018, you felt like the police were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
Yeah.
Did you feel like the police were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
I really don't wrote it.
You remember saying it now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Again, after the October 2018 statement, you said there was no plan. State refused to make a deal with you, correct? They didn't make a deal with you in 2018, correct?
No.
They didn't make a deal with you in 2019, 2020, or 2021, correct?
Correct.
I don't know that I'm...
That's you. No. They're fixing the audio, but I'm going to tell them this is probably not what we had in mind.
No.
What's the big thing about the second line? I know what this is. It's a cable, you know? No, the mic can't.
Mr. Allen, say something into the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. See,
Between 2018 and 2022, your story changed about whether there was a plan to rob someone, correct?
Yes.
You told this jury yesterday that, it may have been the day before, that everybody left Diedrich's house with a gun, correct?
Yes.
You said all four of you had a gun, correct?
Yes.
And your testimony was that you were planning to do a robbery, and that's why everybody had a gun, correct?
Yes.
Back in 2018, when you were under oath, as you are now, did you say something different about that?
Yes.
The first time that you saw a gun, was it at the time that right at the moment that the robbery was about to take place?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. The very first time you saw a gun on June 18th, 2018, was it at the moment that the robbery was fixing to take place?
No.
Back in 2018, October of 2018, in the statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
when you were getting into the Dodge Journey at Chucky's house, so you're at Chucky's house, you are getting into the Dodge Journey. Did you know there were guns in the car when you got into the Journey?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were talking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
The rifle that was actually used in the shooting, did you see that rifle prior to the robbery?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You told this jury that you first saw the rifle come into the car with Michael, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were under oath and speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You told this jury that you specifically saw Diedrich with a gun, correct?
Yes.
In fact, the prosecutor showed you an actual gun, and you said that was the gun that Diedrich had that day, correct?
Yes.
And you said that you saw Diedrich, you said to this jury that you saw Diedrich with that gun June 18, 2018, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different? I showed you a copy of that statement. Did that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
While you're doing that, let me pause you. I just want to try this. Okay, thank you.
Page 21, the top of page 21. You know what, I need page 20. Sorry. So it's the bottom of page 20, line 24 to the top of page 21, line 7. Start. Okay. So you told this jury that you saw Diedrich with a gun on June 18th, 2018. Back in October of 2018, when you were giving a statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
Let's go to July of 2022. When you were, well, you've just told this jury that you knew that there were guns well before the robbery, correct?
Yes.
In the July 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor just 8 months ago, did you say something different?
I'm not sure I remember.
I showed you a copy of that. Will that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
page 9, line 21. Good look at page 9, line 21. Just read the question and answer. You told this jury that you knew that there were guns in that car long before the robbery started. In July of 2022, just 8 months ago when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor, did you say something different?
Yes.
On Tuesday night, when the prosecutor came to see you, did she talk to you about when you had first seen these guns?
No.
When you arrived at Revo and you were going to you're going into the store, who had the keys to the journey?
I don't remember.
Was the car turned on or was it left off?
I don't remember.
You going back to talking about the guns. You described in detail for this jury the guns that you say were there that day, correct?
Yes.
You said that Newsom had a .38, correct?
Yes.
You said that Michael had a GSK 22, correct?
Yes.
And you identified a gun that you said was Deidre's, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were being interviewed by Detective Curcio, did you know the caliber of the guns that you say had been in the car with you?
Yes.
And did you say something different to Detective Curcio in October of 2018 about whether you knew anything about those guns?
Yes.
When asked what kind of gun Michael had in October of 2018, did you say something different than what you told this jury?
Yes.
When you were asked what caliber of weapon Trayvon had in October of 2018, did you say something different than what you have told this jury?
I don't remember.
If I showed you a copy of that statement, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
You look at, this is the right one. Not that one. Come on. Is there a reason your story has changed about the caliber of weapons that were involved in the robbery?
Yes.
Go get my friend back.
You told this jury
Beside Daddy Fang.
that when you were in Reva,
Get it.
you tried to call Michael, but it did not connect. Is that correct?
Yes.
Specifically with regards to whether it connected or not, whether you actually spoke to Michael.
Back in October of 2018, when you were speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different? Yes. You said that you had spoken to Michael, correct? Yes. Going to 2022. All right, well, let's start here. At this trial, you have told this jury that the reason you called Michael was to confirm that it was X that was in the store, correct? Yes. In July of 2022, just 8 months ago when this prosecutor was interviewing you, did you say something different about the reason that you called Michael? I don't remember. Did Diedrich ask you to call Michael to see if Michael needed anything in the store? No. Would it refresh your recollection as to whether you said anything different if I showed you a transcript of that statement? Yes. Page 10, line 11. Page 10, well, it actually kind of starts up at line 4, I guess. Line 4 down through line 13. All right. So, you've told this jury that you called Michael to tell Michael what that X was in the car, correct? Yes. In July of 2022, did you say something different? Yes. That was just 8 months ago to this prosecutor, correct? Yes. Is there a reason your story has changed between July of 2022 and your testimony here today, the last 3 days? Yes. Isn't it true that that story keeps changing because you never called Michael on June 18th, 2018? I called him. Let's talk about why this, what the plan was when you were going to perpetuate this robbery. Was the plan to rob X of his jewelry, or was the plan to rob X of the bag? The bag. In October of 2018, let me back up. The plan was the plan specifically to avoid the jewelry? Yes. Why is that? Because a crowd block on it. All right, and that was something that you discussed? Yes. Back in October of 2018, when asked what the plan was, what you were trying to take, did you say something different? I believe so, yes. Okay. You believe so or you know? Can I see something? So the French would move it? Yes, absolutely. page 24, line 10 through 14. Does that refresh your recollection about whether you said something different in October of 2018 about whether the plan was to rob X of his jewelry? Yes. You've told this jury that the plan was to rob him of the bag, correct? Yes. In October of 2018, did you in fact say something different? Yes.
I can tell your ass stay in the room. We're going to smack and start smacking. Get in the room. When they get home, get in the
You
room.
told this jury that on the way, that after the robbery, while you were driving south from Pompano, that
Dumbass mutt.
Michael looked in the bag while you're all were in the car.
Bring your
Right?
stupid ass out here again.
Yes.
Bring your fucking dumb ass out here.
In October of 2018, when asked whether anyone looked in the bag on your way down from Pompano, did you say something different? Yes. Is there a reason why your story changed between October of 2018 and now about why anybody looked in the bag? Yes. Let's talk a little bit more about the money. Judgment approach. Showing the witness and some markers defense B for identification. Ask you to look at these photographs. Tell you to recognize them. Composite of 4 photographs. You recognize these photographs? Yes. Are you in all these photographs? Yes. These photographs were taken after the robbery, correct? Yes. And they were in a hotel room up in, I think, Fort Pierce, is that correct? Yes. Do these photographs fairly and accurately reflect what everything looked like when the photographs were taken? Yes. Defense would seek to remove defense B into evidence.
No objection.
No objection. Okay.
Without objection, what was previously marked Defense Exhibit B for identification shall be received into evidence as Defendant Vote Rights Exhibit 2, a composite of 4.
Permission to publish.
You may publish it, well.
Showing you 1 of 4. Who are we looking at? Me. That is, what's in your hand? Money. Where did the money come from? Robert. 2 of 4. Whoops. Also you, correct? Yes. All right, taken same time, same place, correct? Yes. 3 of 4, correct? That's still you, correct? Yes. Taken same time, is that correct? Yes. And 4 of 4. 4 of 4. Is that also you? Yes. Also flashing money from robbery? Yes. In 1 of 4. 1 of 4, you are in a hotel room in Fort Pierce because you were fleeing from Broward County, correct? Yes. And Michael was there with you at that time, correct?
Yes.
Also, same hotel room, same time, correct?
Yes.
Michael was also there, correct?
Yes.
Hey, look, Dad. Look at my face.
Same hotel room, same time, correct?
Yes.
Michael was there with you, correct?
Yes.
You informed this jury during direct that you got $5,000, correct?
Yes.
And you informed this jury that Michael got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
You informed the jury that Trayvon got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
You informed this jury that Diedrich got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Michael didn't get $17,000, correct?
No.
In July of 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor just 8 months ago and you were under oath, did you say something different about the amount that Michael received?
I don't know.
If I showed you that statement, would it refresh your recollection?
Yes.
All right, we're on page 23 of the 2022 statement, beginning on line 23 and going to the next page. Start right there. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say it again. You told this jury that Michael got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Michael get $17,000?
No.
In July of 2022, just 8 months ago, did you say something different?
Yes.
Is there a reason that your story has changed about how much money Michael got between July of 2022 and now?
Yes.
You told this jury that Trayvon got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Trayvon get $12,000?
No.
In July of 2022, when this prosecutor was interviewing you and you were under oath, did you say something different than what you're telling this jury now?
Yes.
Is there a reason that your story would change about how much money Trayvon got between between July of 2022 and now?
Yes.
You told this jury that Diedrich got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Diedrich get $12,000?
No.
In the July of 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor and you were under oath, did you say something different?
Yes.
Is there any reason at all why your story would change about how much money Diedrich got between July and now?
Yes.
Isn't it true that that reason is because Michael and Trayvon weren't included in the money cut? They didn't get any money.
Definitely got money.
It was other people, correct?
Other people who, what are you saying?
Who got money?
No, Michael Boatright and Trayvon Newsom got money.
Were you lying to the prosecutor in July of 2022 when you told them something different than what you told this jury today?
Yes.
Is there a reason that you lied to the prosecutor in July of 2022 about how much money people got?
Yes.
Did you lie, or is it you just can't keep your story straight?
Objection.
I'll withdraw.
Argument.
I'll withdraw.
We will disregard the question.
when you got back to your house after Revo, who was there that lived at your house?
I don't remember.
Who was there at all when you got back to your house?
I don't remember.
Was there anybody there?
I don't remember.
You said on direct that, well, you go back to the house now. It's your testimony that Michael and Trayvon came back to your house, correct?
They all three came back to my house.
After Reva, correct?
Yes.
Was there anybody else there who would have seen you?
Objection asked and answered, Your Honor.
Ooh, I'll allow it, go ahead.
Can you repeat that?
Was there anybody else there at the house who would have seen them?
I don't remember.
You said on direct that Michael changed clothes after the homicide, correct?
Yes.
And you told this jury that he changed into his own clothes, correct?
Yes.
And you said that he did that because he had clothes at your house, correct?
Yes.
Did Michael didn't change into your brother's clothes?
No.
In October of 2018, when you were being interviewed by Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
So which is it? Did Michael change into his own clothes, or did he change into your brother's clothes?
He changed his own clothes, but the hat was mine.
Is there a reason why your story would change about whose clothes Michael changed into between 2018 and now?
Yes.
Isn't it true that the reason you haven't been able to keep your story straight about what clothes Michael changed into is because Michael never changed into any clothes?
He changed.
I'm going to show you the part of what was introduced. This is States 3 was introduced yesterday. You see that? Does the picture come up in front of you there?
Yes.
These two people, who are these two people?
Michael Goldberg and Trayvon Lewis.
All right, and this is at 5:30 p.m. at the Driftwood Apartment Complex, correct?
Yes.
I'll play a little part, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about it. Michael's wearing shorts in this video, correct?
Yes.
He's wearing a T-shirt, correct?
Yes.
He's wearing a camouflage hat, correct?
Yes.
There are no guns on him, correct?
Yes.
He's not carrying any bag, correct?
Yes.
He's not carrying $15,000, correct?
I wouldn't know if he's carrying $15,000.
Okay, so do you think that there's an ability for $15,000 to be carried in those, whatever he's got on?
Yes.
You would agree with me he's not running, correct?
Yes.
You would agree with me he doesn't appear to be in any hurry, correct?
Yes.
The prosecutor asked you on the first day if the gait and manner of Michael on this video were the same as the gait and manner of the shooter at Riva Motorsports. You remember that?
Yes.
And you said yes, correct? You agreed with the prosecutor about the gait of the Michael in this photo being the same as the gait of the shooter at Riva, correct?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, fair enough. So it's not your testimony then that the gait and manner of this person is the same as the gait and manner of the shooter at Riva?
And you say gate and manner, you saying the way they walk, right?
Yeah, that's it.
They don't walk, so.
Thank you. I'm going to fast forward now to the crash. I don't know. Technology's a little slow. It looks like we're frozen. Do we have a brief comfort break anyways, or try to fix
What, technology issue?
It's
Certainly.
just frozen.
Let's take a 5-minute comfort break. Members will take it back there. You let us know when each of you had an opportunity to use the restrooms. We are in recess.
They on break right now. They on break right now, 5-minute break. So everybody who watching, you can go get something to drink. You know what I mean? Smoke a cigarette, do something, whatever you gotta do real quick. You know what I mean? To get back. And then shut my door to you. To get back in it. You feel me? We're gonna take a break real quick. You know what I mean? He trying to poke holes in this dude's story, but it's so hard to poke holes in what he's sort of talking about. What's the argument? Yo, for real, like, I know they trying to make it seem like you're lying, but what's the argument? Oh, he got 15,000, he got 16, he got 12. Like, what the fuck do it matter, yo? How many they got some money? I don't give a fuck if they got 1,000. I don't give a fuck if they got 5,000. They got money, yo. You know what I mean? It don't matter, yo. He probably remember, you feel me? Like, he probably remember, I don't know, but it ain't no big deal, yo. So what he trying to do, he trying to say, like dude wasn't there, like, he like, yeah, was that? Oh, he trying to say they ain't getting no money. Oh, you never ain't getting no money. I can tell. Who else got the money there? Who you talking about, Willis? Shit. Well, they got money. You know what I mean? Yo, all I know, they was friends. Like, it don't make sense. They was friends. Taking pictures on Facebook. Drinking, having a good time. Close friends from around the way. If they wasn't there, why would he say, he could say anybody. You know what I mean? He could pick people out there he don't even know. He can say anybody. That's what I'm trying to say. He can say anybody. Why would he say that? Like, be for real. Why would he say that? What's so special about them? He gonna come and lie on y'all for a murder. Ain't like he ain't involved in it. He involved in it, but why would he just say you was involved? Like, that's the stupidest thing. The lawyer to fight about. He wasn't there. it's somebody else. It probably his cousin or somebody, one of his other family members. Like, why? Be for real, though, yo. Be for real. That shit don't even sound right, yo. And the reason why the people, the state attorney ain't even offering them no plea deal. Cause I bet you 29 times out of 10, if the state's attorney number offered them a plea deal, they would have took the plea deal. Still, they taking it to trial. You know what I mean? Cause they know they guilty. Allegedly they guilty, but they know they guilty, and they want to take it to trial. You see what I'm saying? And on camera and all that. But the state's attorney won't give them life without parole, first degree murder. That's what they trying to get them, premeditated first degree murder. Because they're all premeditated, because at the end of the day, they went, scoped them out, went, you know what I mean, in the store, making sure it was him, went back, waited. That's what got them when they went back and waited to come out the store. That's what, you know what I mean, sitting there waiting. That's a setup, and then blocked them off, and all that's premeditated murder, first degree murder. Yo, they trying to give you life without parole. That's why they ain't offering you no plea deal. And the one who really didn't do nothing but was there is the ones justified against him. So that's why they gave him a plea deal. And he had to really say who was there. You know what I mean? Like, and they got so much technology these days, though, yo, man. It's hard to commit a crime, don't think you can get away with it for real. Because at the end of the day, they tracked that car. You know what I mean? Yes, they had masks on and all that when it was robbing. But they tracked that car in there. They know who was driving that car. They know they tracked it all the way back to their house. You know what I mean? And everything. They just did everything. See what I'm saying? So, come on, man. But we'll get back to it. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? I'm new to YouTube, trying to get out there. You feel me? Help my brother out. You know what I mean? Subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? I do it all. I play games, reaction on videos, whatever. I do it all. You know what I mean? Ain't no one thing this channel is gonna be about. 10 toes down is 10 toes down. You what it is. You feel me? So you know what it is. Comment. You know what I mean? How y'all feel? Guilty or not guilty? Comment. Let me know in the comments. What I say?
The grapes. The grapes.
What?
The grapes. Buy the grapes.
Okay, what I just come here, Ken. Come here, Ken. I don't care. Come here.
There's no grapes.
I don't care.
There's grapes.
Get in the room on the top bed now. Bye.
Four grapes. There's two grapes. There's two grapes. What ain't that two grapes?
And tell to you everything, no choice better be right or they're going to be punished. Get away. What I just tell you, boy?
There's four grapes.
Let me smack him real quick. You look up close. Get it, kid. Get it right there. Get it. On the table. And bye. No, you think I'm playing with you. Come here, kid. Come here. Come here. Give me them mealworms out the refrigerator.
Huh?
Them worm things.
Yeah, you got me your phone out. I'll get the trash and get the sauce.
What?
Do you think I look nice without makeup?
Hey, chill, leave me alone. Stop asking me the same thing over and over. You asked me that shit like fucking a couple weeks ago.
That's right. It's Super Bear to the rescue. Da-da-da-da. He saves the apples and saves the day. The end. I'd like to, Kanye, but I have the vacuum to finish.
Kanye liked looking at his favorite book and pretending that he could read the words.
Superman went to the forest one day, and he met Little Bear. Bad the Superman tried to steal apples, and Super Bear and Little Bear caught him. The end. Come on, Rosie, let's play Super Bear. Super Bear needs a cape. Da-da-da! We are Super Bear and Little Bear.
Kanye was pretending that Gilbert was bad the zoo.
We have to get him. Here we come. Come back. We're going to catch you, Dr. Zoo. Gotcha. Can Super Bear and Little Bear have cookies?
You sure can. In 1 minute. I can't find my car keys. If I don't get to the post office soon, it's going to close.
Super Bear will find them. Da-da-da! Here they are.
Thanks, Caillou.
Guys, it's okay if I have a snack?
No.
Okay. Yes, please.
My niggas is trigger rocks, yo.
Kanye was excited. He was going to his friend Clementine's house to play with her.
Okay, bye. Clementine's mommy wants to talk to you. Hi.
car accident. This is the Dodge Journey, correct?
Yes.
We're gonna watch it and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Mr. Kimok, if I could ask if you could just tell us the timestamp of where you're starting from, please.
We're at 13:20 right now.
Thank you.
Michael is nowhere in that video, correct?
Yes.
You told this jury that Michael was the one who was driving at the time of that crash, correct?
Yes.
Was Trayvon driving at the time of the crash?
No.
Back in October of 2018, when you were under oath and you were describing what happened to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
Were you lying about that in 2018?
Yes.
Is there a reason why your story would change about who was driving the car, Trayvon or Michael, between October of 2018 and today?
Yes.
Forward a little more. I'm not going to fast forward it. I don't want to freeze it again. Let me go ahead about 2 minutes. This is a car, I'm sorry, I stopped it at 1620. This is the car that you end up getting into, correct?
Yes.
Who was driving this car?
I don't think it would be appropriate to talk about who was driving that car.
Okay, so you don't think it would be appropriate to talk about who was driving the car?
Yes, as far as my safety, yes.
Okay. This is when you get into the car, correct?
Yes.
You're getting into the back seat of the car, correct?
Yes.
What is this that you have in your hand?
Hat.
It's a camouflage hat, correct?
Yes.
This incident that you say happened with Trayvon yesterday. Michael was nowhere to be found at that point, correct?
I didn't say no.
He was nowhere around, correct?
Yes.
None of the attorneys that are in this room were there, correct?
No.
The judge didn't see this happen, correct?
No.
You told this jury that you have not been promised anything for your testimony, correct?
Yes.
You said the state and the prosecutor asked you if they even hinted to you what it is that they're going to give you as a sentence, and you said no, correct?
Yes.
You have talked to your attorney, correct?
Yes.
And your attorney has talked to the prosecutor, correct?
Yes.
Isn't it true that your attorney has repeatedly told you that you're going to get 5 to 6 years on this murder case?
That was possible.
That's what he keeps saying to you, correct?
Yes.
Pick it up 1 minute, Judge. I'm almost done, Mr. Allen. I want to give you one more opportunity to talk about whether you have been promised anything. We talked about the fact that the prosecutor has already changed the charge for you from murder in the first degree to murder in the second degree, correct?
Yes.
Has the prosecutor given you any other benefit whatsoever already in exchange for you agreeing to testify?
I don't understand what you mean by benefits.
Has the prosecutor given you a benefit, given you something that is beneficial to you?
Giving me as in what? I don't understand what you're asking.
Has the prosecutor given you any plea deal as a benefit to you?
Open pleas, second degree murder. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. Has the prosecutor given you any plea deal to any other case?
What do you mean on any other case?
Sure. At the time that you were arrested on this case, you were on probation, correct?
Yes.
You were on probation for 12 separate felonies.
Judge, I'm going to object to this line of questioning, and I would like to take both sides of it.
Yo, they try to, man. Yeah, I gotta say something about this. You know I got put my 2 cents in it. You feel me? But why do it matter if the... Yo, that's how it work though. You feel me? Like, If you've been watching the court cases, that's how it worked though. They gave them like plea deals. That's how it go. Like, you know, I'm gonna give you plea deal. You on probation, or you might take whatever. Just like the young not the young you know, the gun in them case and shit, Young Thug in them case. You know what I mean? Like, all of them took plea deals and found guilty on, I mean, you know what I mean, on other charges that they had. They got thrown out or whatever. You know what I mean? Wait till I bring it in there. Hold up. Don't knock on my door again. Make everybody, you know what I mean, like, so just because he took it, he got, you know what I mean, another charge, dismissed, plea deal on that one. So, you know what I mean? Say they give him 10 years, then the probation over anyway. You know what I mean? They might give him another probation on that charge, but, you know what I mean? Say they do that, you know what I mean? Say he get 20 years. What the fuck do that deal got to go do with anything? Nobody ain't telling him he gonna get straight off free. You know what I mean? It's not saying that. They said the possibility you can get 5 years, possibility you can get 6. That's a possibility. He got a whole bunch of possibilities. Possibility he can get 15 years. Possibility he can get life. I mean, and you know what I mean? He can get like 15 years. Possibility he can get found guilty in all the charges. Well, he already took the second degree murder charge. So, you know what I mean? He can get the maximum penalty for that charge just because it's in his plea deal. That's not saying he can get it, and the judge don't have to give him that plea deal. Like, that's the, you know what I mean. He can or he can't, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. So what they is, I don't know. We gonna get back to it. Wait, do not let the cat in. Get the cat off the porch. Before you open the door. Get it off the porch. What? No, what? Mommy at work. What? I know. I know.
So how's she at work? Had a good day.
You did?
Yeah.
Let me see. Slide the thing underneath my door.
Here.
Let me see. Good job, J. Boy. That's what I want to see every day, all right?
Okay.
Good job, brother.
Daddy, can I have my game back for a little bit?
Yeah, wait, I'll bring it down there.
Your call has been forwarded to a...
Hello?
Hello?
Why you didn't answer the phone?
Because I was busy.
Bruh.
We're on our last lobby right now, and I didn't have service, like, in the other, store we were in. Because as soon as I walked in this one, my phone started going beep, 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 beep. I was like, what the hell?
Look, Jaquan had a good day. He got all smiley.
Yeah, I saw where his teacher messaged me.
Well, I gave him his medicine this morning, though.
You gave his medicine.
I gave him his medicine.
I thought you gave him his medicine when it's in my purse.
Though I gave him...
Okay, you probably gave him Tierra's medicine. I don't know what you gave him.
I probably did. It's the same one. That's why. It's the same one. That's why I be getting confused. But I thought I gave it. I'll give her one back. But Jaquan not taking it. He ain't taking it no more. I just want to give it to him today, but he ain't gonna take it no more.
Yeah.
But he had a good day.
Alright, let me send this real quick and I'll be done. I already got the crickets.
Yeah.
I already got the crickets, so...
But they were, that was, because I had them go down Bruce something, but I haven't got Bruce number.
No, Bruce is sick.
Uh,
Really sick. But Mom's supposed to come and get the boys, I think, this weekend.
when tomorrow?
I don't know, I'll have to call and see if she's coming today or tomorrow.
Alright.
So when I get done here, I'll tell you. Oh, man.
Claire, hurry up. Go to your pants. Dad, so they're going to do about going back to the pants. Claire, hurry up.
Bro, they gotta wait. There's only one fucking bathroom.
You can't hold it.
Well, she should use it in school.
You didn't have to use that school.
Well, you gonna wait.
Dad, so this is one back.
You gonna wait till they get up there. Hurry the fuck up,
Here you
Galea.
go, Dad. I'll play it. Okay, then.
Hurry up, Galea.
Should I
Why you go in?
I just got my ball.
Hit it in there.
I got her on his BB. She's not even running.
No. Why y'all standing with my door? Where you going?
Are you? What are you shit? What?
Oh.
Daddy's that? That?
Zero, throw it in the trash.
Not done. Remember trash?
Throw it in the trash, like I just said. Don't go in it. And bye. Get the fuck out the hallway.
Where?
Put it in the trash. You gonna say, can I do it? You don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I have a baby. Why? Oh no.
Alright. Go cut it with Jay. Put that shit down. Take it in the room.
Then we'll put it back on its plate and eat them.
So?
Gotta go home.
And you better not fucking drop it.
Which room?
Go take it in the dink room. In his room. That's all right. And you better not fucking drop it. Tell Dick I said hook it up.
Wait. Daddy,
Jay go.
this is why now. Daddy, remember I was going to kill you with a ball. I'll kill you with a ball. Nuh-uh. I'm not doing that. I'm never getting things like, why does it have to be in here?
Tell him it's my fucking room. I put it where I want put it at. Who the fuck you talking to? On, put this in the cab.
Top one?
Put it, talk to you, put it on top, put it.
Top one?
Go play your game. Put it on top of the refrigerator.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Daddy, Kalani didn't flush the toilet when she came out the bathroom.
She gonna go flush it.
Daddy, did you want it on the top or the bottom?
What?
Like, that's a dirty and flush it. My Xbox.
On the top. Where was that?
The top of the thing?
No.
It was on the bottom.
Where at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be at.
No, I'm on the ground. If you muzzle this, you can muzzle me. Because I'm on the trunks. I'm
Get
on
in
the
your room.
trunks. I'm on Mom's trunks. Dad, did you keep it picked up for dinner?
No.
What did you pick for dinner? You know. Bingo. Bingo. Dad, oh here.
Get in the fucking room.
Dad, we should play like me.
What? Look, nobody ain't got no picture. I'm not signing no picture. I don't got your controller.
I know where it is.
What? Well, you tell me to get it. I don't got it. Well, music.
It's a Valentine list.
I don't care. Get in your room.
No, you told me to get it yesterday.
All right. If I say get it, then but you can leave it in your book bag. Hold on that. No. Get the fuck in your room if I beat you.
Huh?
You heard me? Get in your room if I whoop your ass. Get the fuck in your room. Now. What?
They came sneaking in my room and then knocking stuff over.
Been convicted of 12 separate crimes that are felonies or crimes of dishonesty. Is that correct?
Yes.
I will ask you again. Earlier, just in my cross-examination, you said that you did not lie to the prosecutor in July of 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then later in my cross-examination, you indicated that you did lie to the prosecutor in July of 2022. Correct?
Yes.
Which is it?
A lot.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Cross-examine on behalf of the Coons.
Thank you.
So 12 separate.
That's what I was talking about, like when all three of them going to just like double team them, you feel me? Like, I don't think that's fair like that, you know what I mean? Like, what if you got, like, more, like, what if you got 10 motherfucking co-defendants and all they lawyers just double team this one dude, like, but at the end of the day, if he telling the truth today, then why you on that stand sitting in that box? It really don't matter. And what they saying he lied about, it's like stupid shit about money, 1,200, 1,500, 15,000, 12,000, 15,000, like how much money people got, like stupid shit. Like, that dude ain't lying, yo. I think allegedly he ain't lying about him and them 4 people robbing and allegedly committing the murder of XXX. I don't think he lying about that. Me personally, that's my personal opinion. I don't think he lying about it. Yeah, man. It is what it is. We'll see where the trial goes. But I just think it's unfair. But everybody, just all these lawyers just double teaming them. I just wish, like, the one lawyer go, and then the state's attorney will go, then let another lawyer go, and then, you know what I mean? That way, he can say, instead of she letting all three, the judge letting all 3 of them go, and then letting her go back and say what she got to say. But, you know what I mean? That shit is hard.
Felonies. You are really bad at committing crime. Can we agree with that?
Objection, Judge. Argumentative and improper impeachment.
What's the question?
And I'm objecting to
I'll
the
withdraw, Judge. I'll withdraw the question.
The jury will disregard the question. It's improper.
I need an exhibit here. I need an exhibit. So I'm going to show you what was entered by the prosecution as, is it I? Exhibit 9, the gun. This particular gun.
States 9.
This particular gun that you testified to, you testified that this was Deidre Williams, my clients?
Yes.
Wasn't it your dad that got this gun for you guys?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And actually, your dad got all the weapons involved in this crime, correct?
No.
No?
No.
Which of the weapons in this particular case that you've alleged did not come from your father?
I don't remember anymore.
You don't remember which one, or you don't remember? What don't you remember? I'm sorry.
I don't remember all the guns that he got.
So how could you know that they all didn't come from your dad?
That's just my dad, and I don't know.
So when you say you don't know, you're just saying you don't know, but you don't really know which one came from your dad or not. We can agree on that? I'll withdraw the question, listen. Can we agree that your dad was a criminal?
Objection, Judge. Relevance.
Sustained.
Was your dad in the business of not only selling guns, like you testified to, but of moving kilos of cocaine from Miami to Toronto. Isn't that true?
Judge, I'm going to object and ask for a sidebar.
That last question.
Sir, when was the first time that you met an individual by the name of Travis Savory? You remember meeting that individual?
No.
He actually goes by the name of Baka Not Nice. He's a Toronto rapper. Do you recall meeting him?
No.
Actually, isn't it true that that individual, Baka Not Nice, is the individual that allowed for you to gain access to the video shoot of God's Plan in February of 2018 that was shot here in Miami? Isn't that the way that you got on the set that day?
I've never been on the set. No.
So your testimony to this court and to this jury is that you were never on the set of the God's Plan video filmed in Miami in 2018. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. How much money in 2018 did you receive from either Drake or one of Drake's associates?
I never met Drake before.
You never met Drake?
No.
Do you know who he is, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. But actually, in 2018, when this crime occurred, you didn't know who X was?
No.
Okay, so in 2018, you're from Broward County, correct?
Yes.
You listen to rap music, correct?
Yes.
And you're telling this jury that you didn't know who literally probably the most famous rapper to ever come out of Broward County was in 2018, in June of 2018. That's your testimony?
Yes.
You had no idea who he was?
Objection asked and
Okay, now move on,
answered several
move on.
times.
Now, you testified that you got rid of a phone previously, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that phone, you've never been able to find it, you've never been able to help law enforcement locate it, is that correct?
Yes.
Isn't it true that the reason that you don't want that phone found is because of all the WhatsApp messages between yourself, people in Toronto, people that are involved in this case that you want to shield from, correct?
I don't know no one in Toronto.
Actually, you want to shield people from this case, like you just did with the individual in that car that picked you up. Isn't that true?
It's the reason why I didn't identify her.
Okay. Do you think, as a cooperating witness, that you have the right to come in here in front of a jury in a murder case and refuse to answer a question?
Objection argumentative, Your Honor.
Stand.
So you're testifying that that person has nothing to do with Toronto, the person that picked you up?
Judge, I'm going to object and ask for a sidebar with regard to this line of questioning.
You can answer.
Repeat that.
Is it your testimony in front of this jury that the individual that you're refusing to identify that picked you up in that car has nothing to do with Toronto?
Yeah, she don't have anything to do with Toronto.
Okay. Now, actually, the individual that sold the guns that you testified to were involved in this crime, right? At least one of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, your dad?
Yes.
Correct? Okay. And you can't sit here in front of the jury and tell us how many of the weapons that were used in this crime came from him. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Could we say at least 4 of them? Is that safe?
No.
Less?
Yes.
Okay, so you tell me that. You obviously have some recollection of how many. So I would like to ask you, help me, how many were involved? How many came from your dad?
I don't know the exact number.
Okay, so but you know it wasn't 4?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know it wasn't 4?
Because I know for sure Trayvon Newsom gun didn't come from him.
Okay, so 3?
I don't know.
Actually, the person that sold the weapons, a month after you finally cooperated in 2022, was murdered. Isn't that true?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Was your father murdered?
No.
Was your stepfather murdered?
No.
Okay. Now you've actually given a version where you put my client as the person that's basically telling you what to do, correct?
Yeah.
But actually, in every single video and every single time that we see you, you're literally being chauffeured around by him. So I don't understand, like, how is it that you're saying that Mr. Williams, which basically looks like your chauffeur, is the one that's calling the shots? Is that what you're saying?
Objection, argumentative, and confusing and misleading question.
Overruled.
You can answer, sir.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's chauffeuring me around because it's actually his car.
Okay, but we'll get to that part because you're actually, the car that was used in this crime, you're the one that rented it, correct?
No.
You actually went physically to go get the car, correct?
Yes, I went with the person who went and got the car, yes.
Okay, so you actually physically went to go pick up the car, right?
Yes.
And you provided at least now, at least 3 of the weapons involved, correct?
What are you talking about? I don't get what you're saying.
The weapons that were taken, you brought them, right? Your father gave them to you and you brought them.
I never told you that.
Okay. Now, on the day that this occurred, when you went to Riva Sports, you testified that it was my client that noticed X. When in reality, wasn't it you the one that noticed him?
I can't notice him if I don't know him.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that wasn't it you the one that pointed him out, and wasn't it you the one that said, hey, that's X? Correct?
I didn't know that.
You actually went into the store with your phone, right? And when you're in the phone, in Riva, you pick up the phone and you call people to alert him of exactly who's in Riva. Isn't that true?
Yes, I called Michael Boatwright to let him know that he was in there, but the call never went through. But also, Diedrich showed us a picture of him before we went inside the store.
Actually, you called your dad. Isn't that true?
Negative. No.
Who was it that arranged, when you fled the state of Florida, who was it that arranged that? That was your dad, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he arranged that so that you could flee, right? Flee prosecution.
No, he arranged it so I can get myself together to see what I wanted to do.
Get yourself together.
To see what I wanted to do, because he's actually the person that wanted me to turn myself in.
Okay. And what's the purpose of leaving the state of Florida if you want to turn yourself in?
I didn't want to turn myself in, but he wanted me to turn myself in.
You did it. You wanted to flee and escape justice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of what you've testified to relies on your memory because you waited years and years and years pursuant to your testimony to finally come clean, correct?
Yes.
So this jury and all of us are relying on your memory. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. You're a drug addict. Isn't that true?
Judge, I'm going to object. Relevance.
Judge, you want to
Also-
sidebar? Yeah.
Bro, this shit is, you know what I mean? Like I got to put my 2 cents in it. You know what I mean? It's what did that man got to do with being a drug addict? You know what I mean? Like, he been locked up for how long? 4 years? And now, you know what I mean, going to court, so 4 years? You know what I mean? So, obviously, he been clean, and you know what I mean, for 4 years. So, what is he got to be a drug addict, do anything? If he was a drug addict, it could help the case out. If he was a drug addict back in 2018, when he was saying talking to the detective, it could help him out. Like, for real, you feel me? Like, my mind wasn't on it. If I said I was on drugs, I just told him what I wanted to, you know what I mean, trying to get myself out the situation, demonstration, and I might have changed the mixed belt the money situation, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It really don't matter, though, you know what I mean? But what do that question got to do with anything? You're a drug addict, ain't you? Nigga the dude been locked up 5 years, almost 5 years. Come on, y'all, like, be for real, y'all. So what are you gonna say as this? Oh, so you're a drug addict. So you was on drugs, Come on, man, like, stop this shit, man. Be right, man. Stop. You already trying any and everything to poke holes in that man's story. But yo, like I said earlier, I don't think that man lying about them 4 people, them 3 other people, yo. You know what I mean? Why would he? Them was his friends. You know what I mean? Them was his friends. And he sat on it, he just told the truth from what they said like 4 years later. Well, it's told the truth. 3 or 4 years later, he went and told the truth what happened. You know what I mean? So, I don't see what's the big deal about. Yeah, I mean, they just try to poke holes on his story. One of them talking about one dude wasn't even there. He's trying to say he wasn't even there. Like, come on, yo. Stop it, yo.
Are you saying that you were not in a sexual relationship and that when you would call her every other day, it was because you guys were friends?
No, I was calling her every day because we was renting cars to go rob people.
Were you doing that every day or every other day?
Every single day.
Okay, so your testimony now is that you were doing it every single day, correct?
Just about, yes.
Okay, and you're saying that every single day was through Tony, correct?
Yes.
Actually,
through Tony, through Michael, through Dietrich Williams.
Actually, isn't the truth that Mercedes would look through your phone and you would take every opportunity that you could to use Dietrich Williams' phone to talk to her so that you wouldn't get in trouble? Isn't that true?
Objection, relevance.
You can answer.
No, it's not true because I had 4 cell phones that she didn't know about all of them. So I didn't need to use his phone.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. You had 4 cell phones, right?
Yes.
What's the need for 4 cell phones? What type of activity are you in that you need 4 cell phones? Can you explain that to this jury?
I do fraud.
You do fraud?
Yes, I was doing fraud, yes.
Okay. And how do 4 cell phones help you do fraud? Please explain it.
I need different phones to use.
No, I understand that you need different phones, but help me understand why you need 4 phones and how that could help you commit the crime of fraud.
For one, you changing the IP address.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
For one, to keep the IP address changed.
Okay, the IP address, for what reason? The IP address for when you contact the person that you're defrauding, is that?
No, I'm not calling anyone to defraud them. I don't want them to know that I'm defrauding them.
Okay, so is it by the internet? Explain it to me. Explain it to me, like, what is the IP address? How do you use that for fraud? And how did you use the phones for that?
Objection as to relevance, collateral matter.
Sustained.
So even though you had 4 phones, the day that this occurred, you're telling the jury that you only had 1?
Yes.
And how is that?
Objection argumentative.
You can answer. How is it that the day that you went to commit this crime is the day that you don't have your 4 phones, but you only have 1?
Because as you can see, I wasn't doing fraud anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry. You just testified that you were doing fraud, and now you're testifying that you weren't doing fraud. So which is it?
I wasn't doing fraud at the time because I was committing robberies.
Okay, so you switched. You switched career paths. You went from fraud to robbery. Is that what you're saying?
I was kind of back and forth.
You had your feet in both pools, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the day in June of 2018, on the day that this crime occurred, on that particular day, you had retired from fraud?
I wouldn't say that. I just didn't need the phones that day.
Okay. And the 1 phone that you had with you, that's the phone that you destroyed, correct?
Yes.
And you kind of touched on it in your prior testimony that you know that you didn't throw it away, right?
Yes.
But you can't remember what you did with it.
Yes.
Can you remember whether you destroyed the phone physically or you just tossed it?
No, I didn't destroy it. I don't remember destroying it.
You remember destroying it, but you can't recall what you actually did with it.
No.
Isn't it true that there's information and evidence on that phone that you do not want disclosed?
I mean, yes.
Right, and that's why you got rid of it, correct?
I didn't want to be attached to the phone. That would see me calling Michael Goldright.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I didn't want to be attached to the phone numbers that would see me calling Michael Goldright while we were in the store.
Right, or anybody else that you may have called before or after, including your dad, your sister, and a bunch of other people, correct?
The reason I destroyed the phone was because I didn't want anyone to know that I was calling Michael Goldright.
Okay, but you actually used that phone to call your dad and your sister and all those people after the crime, right?
I called my dad.
You called your dad actually the same day, correct?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. On the day that this occurred in June of 2018, when was the first time that you called your dad from that phone?
Can't remember that.
You actually called him while you were in Reba?
No.
When you say you can't remember at all, or was it an hour later?
It was after the murder.
Okay, but I understand that after the murder is a very broad term. I'm trying to limit it a little bit for the jury. Was it 4 hours? Was it 10 minutes?
Maybe about 4 hours, maybe. It was nighttime.
It was nighttime, okay. But you for sure remember that you did not call him from when you were inside Reba and you first saw him.
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled.
You can answer.
I don't think I called him wrong. No, I didn't call him wrong.
Hey, King, what I say?
Now, the phone that you have admitted that you got rid of, I mean, you can't find anymore. Is it your testimony that that is the phone that you had at Reba on the day that this occurred?
I don't want to hurt your mouth.
Okay. And do you know whether or not you called your sister from that phone?
You're going to get it too.
Yes.
Okay. And you took that phone up to Georgia?
No.
Because you are.
Okay. Where was it that you destroyed that phone or got rid of that phone?
I'm done talking to you. You get
What state were you in?
Florida.
Florida. Were you at home?
I don't
Get
know.
out my face.
Okay. Do you recall the location that you were in when you got rid of the phone that you took to commit this murder?
No.
Now, you would agree with me that that is a fact that should ring in your memory. That's an important fact. You agree with me?
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
So, you're testifying in this case because you want to save your own skin, or do you genuinely have remorse?
Objection not relevant.
Oh,
Which is it, sir?
Can you repeat that?
Are you testifying in this case because you want to save your own skin, or do you have genuine remorse?
Well, I definitely would like to get a lighter sentence, yes, but I definitely have remorse. I sit and look at the stand and see people crying, and I'm trying to do my best to get family, friends, and his fans justice.
Okay, so you have remorse today, now, when you see them, or you had remorse previously? When did this start?
I've been having remorse probably about 5 months, 6 months.
5 months or 6 months, so really consistent when the time that you finally came forward, allegedly, and told the state attorney the truth? Is that what you're testifying to?
Objection argumentative, Your Honor.
I'll give you some latitude.
You can answer, sir.
Well, actually, I had a lot of time to think about it because I don't know if I should say it or not, but I'm on 23-hour lockdown, so I have a lot of time to think about it and thinking about other people.
Okay.
Instead of being selfish, I only think about myself and trying to just.
But you actually had years and years to think about that, and then coincidentally, you just started thinking about that when you finally cooperated with the state of Florida. Is that right?
I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't have no remorse at all, but by me sitting and looking in the stands, I know I'm doing the right thing. There's a lot of people that was hurt by that.
But you're really sitting on the stand because you want to save your own skin and your own life. Is that correct?
Of course, I would like a lighter sentence, but I want to do the right thing.
Now there was a picture that was entered into evidence of you on the day that you were arrested. Your mugshot. Do you recall that?
Which mugshot?
Your mugshot.
Which one?
I mean the one that they published to the jury.
I got arrested July 25th. I was in Dodge County. I had a mugshot then.
Okay. I'm talking about the mugshot that was published of you that the jury saw.
Approach.
Man, they keep on taking these breaks, and these long breaks for no reason, though, man. Like, the breaks all the way till, you know, they're gonna stop like 5:30, 5:30. Here it is, almost 20 minutes to 5. So, we might just see this lawyer cross-examine him. We might get to the next one today. But it might be Monday. I don't know. Wait. Shut up! Shut up, you mutt. I shouldn't have to fucking tell you get on fucking, because you know you on fucking supposed to be playing. No, I didn't. Bring it out here and sit on the fucking couch. Let me say it again. I'm a snack. I'm gonna come and get it and I'm a slack.
You always forget everything, so why do I need to do what you need to tell me what to do, but you forget my problem? I hate you. Can I watch TV?
Get it, girl.
Tentacion is playing with Nova. Jumping around the room. They were bad.
Get out. Get the bed, things out. I want that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? But I'll go one of your presents for Valentine's.
Oh, that's what the roses were.
Yeah, that was one of them.
I thought it was what the roses were for.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is this, man?
But Daddy, that's gonna be unfair.
How do I get it open?
Because my teeth. Oh, I know. I take a picture.
I thought so too. That's why.
Dad, that's gonna be unfair for my class.
What?
But I can't bring anything in, but they're gonna.
You're bringing something in. Nobody said you weren't bringing nothing in.
Mama, can we come Sunday? Because we don't have school Monday.
I don't know.
Just sit there and go lay down. Go. And get in your run now.
I'm crying up about that.
it was her call one time, and then
Thank you. I love this. This is beautiful. Is it a blanket? Yes.
there's a blanket.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, first of all, I want you to disregard the last question and answer. And if you recall, when we started, I told you from time to time, you might hear something that I will tell you to disregard. It requires some discipline, but it's something that people are able to do, that where things should not play a role in your deliberations. I want to further make sure that you understand that regardless of whatever question or answer that I've told you to disregard, that there is no evidence before this court or this jury that either Mr. Boatwright or Mr. Newsom are in any way involved in any games or anything along that line. And you have concerns in that area, and any kinds of thoughts along those lines or with respect to that should not play a role in your deliberations. It's not there. It's not there for your consideration. It's not there for you to think about. There's no evidence of that.
Hey, bring me my phone!
We don't want any questions that have been disallowed to in any way open up any lines of inquiry or thought that are just not there and not proper. Additionally, I want to remind you that, again, this is a joint trial. Although the three defendants are being tried together, they are three separate cases that are being considered at once. It is for the economy of not having to call each witness and go through this over and over again. But you are to consider the evidence that's adduced at trial as it relates to each individual individually. And your verdict as to one defendant should not affect your verdict as to another. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Can you all follow that? Yes. All right, wonderful. Thank you. Counsel.
Judge, can I have a second on my phone?
Yes.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Can I have my evidence? Oh, sorry.
Well, 5-5. All right, so we are going to break for the weekend. As with each time we break, I will remind you, you're not to form any definite and fixed opinions. The merits of the case, you'll hear all the evidence, arguments, counsel, instructions from the law by me. Until that time, you must not discuss this case even among yourselves. During the course of the trial, the court will take regular recesses during which you're permitted to separate and go about your personal affairs. During these recesses, you shall not discuss the case with anyone or permit anyone to say anything to you in your presence. Anyone does, remind them you're in the jury, ask them to stop, leave them, report the matter, you know the drill. If you see counsel...
Yeah, I told y'all court I'm about to end. After that, lawyer cross-examining. You know what I mean? We be back at Monday. I think it's at 10:30. You know what I mean? If you like the video, you like the content, please hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? So you know when I go live. I want everybody to comment if you think they're guilty or not, or which one's guilty and which one's not. You know what I mean? It's your boy 10 Toes Down. You know what it is. Holla.